सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Let's enter into the next questions. What is the purpose of one's life? Actually, you should ask this question to yourself. When you look in again and again with this question, you will understand the meaning of the life. Please understand, life has no purpose as we understand. Purpose means life needs to be used to achieve something. If you understand the word purpose with this meaning, life has no purpose. But life has meaning. Purpose means it is not part of life, it is end of life. Meaning means it is ingredient of life, part of life. If you look for purpose of life, you will not be able to find anything. But if you look inside as a quest, you will find the meaning of life. Everyone has to look inside into their biomemory to find out the meaning of the life. As I gave this beautiful meditation technique, sitting with oneself, allowing all the words to happen in you, all the ideas to come up in you. What are the ideas which are moving you this side and that side? What are the ideas which are giving you more inspiration and more depression? Look in, spend time with those ideas. You will see the meaning of life. So, if you just ask the purpose of life, you will not find. If you look inside, you will find the meaning of life. Thank you. Next question. If biomemory is passed on from parents to child through the genes, how do we have control over our biomemory? You need to understand this very deeply. Please understand, from parents what is passed on is possibility of biomemory. Biomemory need to be understood in two levels. One, the possibilities, which is the physical part, and the construction which you do, which is the mental part. The ground is ready either for agriculture or for construction of a building. You can do agriculture or you can build a building. The ground being ready is physical. That is what is handed over from the parents to you. Deciding to have an agriculture or constructing a building is your decision. So, only one part of the possibility is handed over to you through genes. And you have a major decision, a conscious decision to build, to create on your own. So please understand, all the biomemory is not passed on to you through genes by the parents. You need to work, you need to understand this very clearly. You can see the story of Prahlada. The possibility was handed over. You see, when Prahlada was being carried by the mother, Narada constantly, by giving the beautiful initiation and the stories, information about the Bhagavatam and Krishna, creates a beautiful biomemory in Prahlada's body. When Prahlada landed in that body, he started developing the same biomemory. So the possibility is genes biomemory, what was handed over to him through body, and his mental biomemory, what he created after that. Both connected, coincided, both were relating with each other. But it is not necessarily be the same. Sometimes the biomemory which is handed over by the parents will be different, and the person who is creating his own biomemory will be different. You can see sometimes the parents will be very, very polite and soft people, and the son will be very arrogant and strong kind of a person. It happens. So you do have a conscious role. You can play a major part in your biomemory. Next question. How does the soul choose the body? This is a very important thing to be understood. I think in earlier questions I was describing, before taking the next birth, during the time of previous death, leaving the body, you go through the whole thing in front of you. The whole thing is presented in front of you. Whole thing is available in front of you. You go through like a fast forward. Please understand, like a whole thing appears in front of you. You can see very clearly. Whatever you enjoyed very strongly, deeply, happens in multicolor. Whatever you enjoyed very politely, mildly, did not enjoy much, just so, dull, unconsciously, that goes through in black and white. So you see which was very strong experiences, and you decide, do you want the same thing in your future, in your life, in your next birth? Based on that, you choose the body and the place and the way in which you wanted to live in the next life. Thank you. Next question. Can you please define Kshana? This is a very beautiful concept. Please understand. In Vedic tradition, time is calculated based on the space, on the being, more psychological than chronological. Kshana means the gap between one thought and the other thought. If you are a restless person, too many thoughts going inside you, your Kshana can be microsecond. If you are a peaceful, relaxed person, your Kshana can be even 1 hour or 2 hours. You can see in your own life. Sometime, if you are sitting with somebody who is very calm, quiet, relaxed, comfortable, safe, feeling secured, you will not even bother about how time passed. Suddenly you will see the watch and, oh God, already 5-6 hours over. But if you are sitting with somebody with whom you are not comfortable, happy, restless, agitated, every 5 minutes you will look at the watch, oh, time is not moving. You know how it feels. So please understand, time is more psychological, not chronological. So Kshana means the gap between one thought and the other thought. The gap between one thought and the other thought. So within 3 Kshana, you assume the body. When your body is being delivered by the mother, within 3 Kshana, you assume that body. Means if you had a peaceful, restful life in the last birth, then you can choose slowly and settle into the body very slowly, because your Kshana will be very long. If you had a restless life in the previous birth, then you have to hurry, enter into the body. That will be an unconscious birth. That is why I say, now have a conscious, restful, relaxed life, aware life. So next birth, you will see, you will have conscious birth. Conscious life leads to conscious death. conscious death leads to conscious birth. So, having conscious life is the technique to prolong the kshana. Next question. Does the moment of birth, space, time define the purpose of birth? If so, can it be changed by planned birth? Yes. The moment of birth, space and time really helps the soul to fulfill the purpose of birth, to achieve the meaning of birth. So I am all for planned birth, like a cesarean delivery, planning the time of the birth and helping the child to assume the body in a very planned way, in a very loving, beautiful atmosphere, especially like a delivery under the water and delivery in a very receptive, prayerful atmosphere, delivery during the beautiful, blissful mantra chanting and in a very spiritual atmosphere. I am all for it, creating a right time, right space for baby to enter into the world in a very receptive, welcoming way by a very meditative doctors, healers who are very blissful people, blissful doctors, meditating doctors who are Jivan Mukta doctors. In their presence, if the baby is received in the planet Earth, it will really help the baby to consciously settle into the body and experience the purpose of birth. I am all for it. Next question. Why am I not able to remember my past life? If I could, it will help me understand the purpose of my life in a better way. Yes. If you can remember your past life, it will really help to understand the purpose of your life in a better way, no doubt. First thing, you need to understand your past. Forget about the past life. Your past from this moment to till the moment you took birth, this time. For example, if you are 30, the 0 to 30, you need to understand without fear or greed. You need to reconcile with the past. Then if you open your past life, it will help you to understand and achieve the purpose of your life. But without reconciling with the past, if you try to open your past life, you are entering into a dangerous zone. One person came to me and said, he was trying to work on this past life regression with another one person. I told, please first reconcile with the past. With past. First, for example, as I said, if you are 30-year-old now, 0 to 30, try to reconcile with this past. Try to accept your whole past without any guilt. Try to understand your whole past without any anger towards yourself. Do not feel you are fool. Do not feel you are wrong. Do not feel you are dull. Look into the past with a deep, restful awareness. See, this is the way it happened. There is a beautiful word by Buddha. Tatata means easiness. So, bring easiness between this moment to your birth. So, if you can penetrate your past with easiness, tatata, suddenly your past life will open. With the same tatata, open your past life. Then it will help you to understand your purpose and fulfill the purpose. But if you are not completely comfortable with your past, if you are not having that easiness, tatata, with your past, still you are carrying anger, heaviness, feeling guilty about your past, please do not open your past life. There is a beautiful story happened in Ramana Maharshi's life. Somebody goes to Bhagavan and asks Bhagavan, why don't you make me remember my past life? He laughs and says, are you comfortable with your past first? He says, no, I am not happy with it. I want peace. I want to be liberated from it. That is why I came to you. He said, just 50, 60 years of past life, past memory, if you are not able to handle, if 100, 200 more years of past life memory also comes to your brain, what will happen? You will go crazy. You will become mad. You will be imbalanced. So understand, unless you are completely ease with your past, do not try to penetrate the past lives. So, you need to understand, be ease. There is a very beautiful, very powerful technique given in Shiva Sutras. Osho speaks about this technique, very powerful process. Sit before going to bed, see in the reverse way. Don't start from morning, waking up to till the time you came to bed. No. Go from this way. From the time you came and sat in your bed, just go back. Just 10 minutes before, 20 minutes before, 1 hour before, evening, noon, morning, early morning. Go from reverse direction. This sharpens your awareness. Please understand. Coming from morning till night, you can do it with unawareness, unconsciously. But if you are going back from night to morning, you cannot do it without awareness. You cannot do it unconsciously. So go from night to morning. So try this process for 21 days. Within 21 days, you will see you are able to be completely comfortable with your whole past. You may think, how can it be? If I am comfortable with today, from night to morning, how can I heal my whole past? You do not know. Please understand, every day your action represents your whole past. If you are comfortable, today's actions, if you do not have guilt, if you are ease with today's actions, till the moment you woke up from the bed until the moment you reached to your bed. If you are comfortable with this day, please understand, all the seeds of your past will be expressing itself in the form of actions in your everyday. If you are ease with this will start healing with your past. All the thorns will be getting slowly removed. Your wounds will be getting healed. 21 days from night to morning, if you are able to move and heal the whole thing in a very relaxed way, in a very settled way, in a very healing way, please understand, you will be completely comfortable with your past. If you are comfortable with your past, if the easiness is brought in your past, naturally, with that easiness is almost like a razor, knife. With that knife, with that sharpness, with that awareness, penetrate your past life. You will see, you will carry this easiness into the past life also. Easiness is almost like a torch. Create that light, that awareness, that consciousness. Carry that torch into your past life. Actually, when you start this meditating on this past, take your photograph, see the glow in your eyes. After 21 days, you will see the glow is totally different. You are alive, fresh. That light is there in your eyes. That spark is there in your eyes. Your whole body feels light. You are like a breeze. You know now you are having that torch. You are having that Pratyagatma Chaitanya Jagrata, individual conscious awakening. Carry this torch and enter into the past life. I have seen this really works. This really works. If you are not comfortable with your past, and if you are entering into your past life, you are entering into the danger zone. Do not do this past life regression therapies unless you are completely ease with your past. First, be completely ease with your past, then enter into the past life regression. You will really see you are helped in a tremendous way. Even in Tibetan Buddhism, they first make you comfortable with past, then past life. So, this is the right process, right method, right technique.